This is a compost toilet in dark. Now, mine is a little primitive because the seat has broken, but this is what you do. And in there, wow, it gets dark. Well, this is where it all is, and this is what it's all about. Now, this is a very, very simple structure, and I'm going to show you now what I do and how it works. It's a bucket inside, and this little structure here, you basically just take it up, and then you take the bucket out. So now the little structure is here, and the little bucket is here, and you can hardly see it. It's on purpose. And now I'm outside, and I've just taken the little bucket, big one, out. It doesn't smell at all. I promise you. No, it doesn't. And that's obviously because of the sawdust that goes on. And yeah, so it's sort of half full, and I'm now going to throw it down at the compost. It's so simple. It doesn't weigh very much. And in here is 3 weeks of, yeah, I think it's 3 weeks. It's only from one person, me, and a couple of others. But that's it. It's really not terribly complicated. So this is the composting heap, and no smells whatsoever. This is the bucket, and I'm now going to throw this thing in there. But since I'm filming by myself, I have to put down the camera, and you'll see it afterwards. It's quite simple. Now, in a way, the most beautiful about this is that you don't see it now, but you can see it over here. The grass growing, the greens growing. I mean, this is what's so amazing. And it's so poetic, it's so beautiful that I almost cry sometimes when I see this. Because you see the seeds that you've been eating and sprout in your own shit. And that's kind of what I find absolutely incredible. This is old stuff from, can't remember from when it is, but I leave it here to compost, and then I know that this area here behind this building here is for composting, and I can tell people to go down here and say come and work and get stuff if you need something for the plants and so on. But obviously the piles are separate, so I know which one how old they are, because it should be left approximately 2 years in order to get all the pathogens and everything sort of well, get them out of there. So now it's all in there. It's empty. Doesn't smell. I mean, I am really surprised. I'm really surprised. I mean, there's a tiny little bit of smell, but it's really not very much. So what I do now is, I mean, this is sort of my composting area. This is the other bin where I'm composting. Where this is for that's interesting. Who knows to throw that anywhere? But this is all waste. All what's it called? Organic waste. Now, at some point, all of this is going to be biogassed, and it's going to go into a system which is going to be placed, well, probably back here somewhere. And it's going to be a system that will produce gas, methane, and yeah. So here is the other one. This is the clean one. I mean, I just leave them out here. It's quite simple. So this one is the clean one. I'm just going to throw the water over in this one, and oops. And in order to clean this one a bit, and I throw the water over here, because here are some plants that would like a little bit. I don't throw it directly on the plants. I throw it sort of outside. And yeah. Then I wash this with a bit of water from in here. Super simple. I just turn on the water. Now this could of course have been also water from the river if we were really sort of supernatural. Where is the water? It's here. So I basically just wash this a little bit and leave some water in it, and then you see it's clean, and that's really it. Now I take this one up and it's all over, and it's taking me a couple of minutes. And there it is, back in place. But you can't see it, but it's in there, and really no big deal. No smell, no nothing. And what you see here is the sawdust that that I put in, and this is from the local sawmill. And you put a cup like this in, and that's it. It's so simple you wouldn't believe it. And what you do is that you create compost, new humus, you recycle yourself, you become the recycling machine that we really are, and that we should be, and we give back to the earth what we've taken. It's so simple, and it ought to be something that everybody does. Now, as I said before, the next step is to biogas and still have humus coming out of that. I'm not an expert on these processes, but I hope that we'll develop the Wonderworld Compodo and other projects further, because I find it's exceptionally important that that this way of getting rid of our leftovers is being dealt with, obviously in far more sophisticated ways than what you see here. This is super primitive, but it's proven to me that it's possible, and I can only advise anybody to do this. You can do a shithouse in your own garden, and you can use the leftovers for your instead of buying expensive stuff and so on. I mean, it is so unbelievably simple, and it's one of the ways that we really can make a serious effort or a serious thing. I mean, it's just unimaginable what this would do if 6 billion on the planet did this, all of us, in a serious way. We could create energy, we could create humus, we could create, I mean, there's so many possibilities. So please consider this, and don't see this as a lunatic that's running around trying to tell you how to do things differently because he wants to save the world. It's nothing to do with that. It really is one of the smartest ways of solving an issue that we have, which is no energy, no food, no earth. We're in lack of earth as well. It's incredible. So please consider this a viable, really, really viable, really, really simple possibility. Thank you. And lunchtime. And this is what makes what you've just seen. And this is where it goes out into the beautiful nature.